G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, we're doing the Reptile update for February 2023. We'll jump straight into it and see how everyone's doing. We're starting off with Rosie, who is my little Reptile monitor. He's doing quite well. He's actually out and about today, so we get to see him properly. Hey buddy, how you doing? So he's doing quite well, getting nice and chunky, smashing food, and overall enjoying life as it is. Okay, handling wise he's still getting there slowly, but it's still a work in progress, so hopefully over time he gets much better. Saying that though, he's a lot better than what Ray is at the moment. So most of my enclosures, setup wise, either I've got sand as a substrate or the coconut fibre as a substrate. They've got either branches, ornaments, logs, rocks. They've got heights in the enclosure, decorating the enclosure. Backing wise, they've just got either a picture backing or 3D backing. Heating wise, it's either a get your pet right heater meter or a heat pad. Lighting wise, we've got about 4 different options really. So there's just a normal UVB light bulb. We've got the new LED UVB from Get Your Pet Right. I do recommend these personally. Just normal white lights or a normal light strip to display in enclosures. Temperature wise, most of my enclosures are sitting about 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. For the exception of Rosie here, he's in about 50 degrees Celsius on that hide there. So that's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Overall, he's doing well. And nothing as well, I almost forgot about. Each enclosure has a water bowl, and some do have food bowls in the enclosure for the leafy green eaters. He's a lunatic, isn't he? Below Rosie, we've got Crystal. Now Crystal, he is my pygmy bearded dragon. She's doing quite well, smashing food, and still adjusting from being rearranged, but she's doing well otherwise. Here's her enclosure. Below her, we've got some baby children pythons. I'll pop up a photo of one right now so you can kind of see what they look like. They are their babies to Aaron and Caesar, and only hatched out probably 7th of January this year. But overall, they're all doing well. Some haven't eaten, while some have. Below them, we've got Suey. Now, Suey here's my little sand swimmer, so let me just adjust the camera. Still in a 50cm enclosure. Next time I do the sand, I might have to take some of that sand out. It's just a bit too much weight for this enclosure. She's got 3 hides, backing. I'll pop up a video of her before from a retake I was doing. But overall, she's still smashing food and, yeah, still being her normal self. Across from Suey, we've got Monty, who is my male Shingabass skink. He's in a big enclosure now, so beforehand, his enclosure dimensions were 120 centimeters by 60 by 60, sorry, 45 by 45. So that's about 4 foot by 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot. He's now in a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosure. But he's enjoying the extra space, but he's not happy that I woke him up just then. There's his enclosure. It's a pretty simple, just gonna add more substrate. Above from him, so that used to be Akko's old enclosure, but Akko now has been upgraded to a much bigger enclosure. So this enclosure she's in now is 140 centimeters, just shy of 5 foot by, I think, just shy of 2 foot deep or 2 foot tall. So effectively, she's gained another 50 centimeters, sorry, not 50 centimeters, another 20 centimeters of room. She's doing well, still adjusting to the new environment and basically where she's being placed. But overall, she's doing well, still smashing food, and still being the lovable lizard that she is. Yeah, okay. So that's her enclosure here in its glory. So effectively, still the same layout, but just a bigger enclosure. Across from her, we've got these 3 30cm enclosures. 2 of them have got baby snakes and one's got a gecko in them. So here's Valentino. He's one of the baby children pythons I held back from last season. While his sibling Chewbacca is just also resting back here. Hey buddy! Just shed his skin the other day, so he's looking absolute mint, or good. Whatever you want to describe as good, or pretty, whatever. So that's the enclosures there. And next door to Valentino, we've got Chewbacca. Not Chewbacca. Damn it. Charcoal. So Charcoal, he is my spiny-tailed gecko. I know we've got a gecko next to a baby snake. How interesting. There he is. Focus, camera, focus. Hang on. One-handed camera work. Here he is. He's doing well. Handling wise, he's still getting there, but however, he's a lot better than he used to be. Put his house back together and put this light strip back over. Done. Right, below them we've got Pedro in this enclosure now. We used to have Billy in here, but Billy's now been kicked out of this enclosure. So before we show off Pedro, just a bit of a pan of his enclosure to give you an idea what it looks like. And I will stick the camera in here. So Pedro here is my male pink tongue skink. Banging the camera, that's all good. There he is. Not a good angle, but it's the best I can do, unfortunately. He's not happy with me because that's the third time he's served me today. Anyway, we'll move on. Up here we've got Bo, who's one of 4 blue tongues in the family, one of 3 Easterns. He's doing well. It's good to see him poking his head out and showing himself for a video. And yeah, because usually he's more of a morning lizard, not an afternoon lizard such as his brother, but we'll get to in a moment. Down below Bo, we've got Blaine, who is my lowland blotched blue tongue. Still shy, still getting used to the camera and whatnot after 2-3 years now. What is it? 4 years, hang on. 5 years, hang on, should be 5 years old. Geez, that's all quick. 2018, so hang on. 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 5 years now. Crikey. But yeah, she's doing well. But yeah, nothing ready to report on her. So she's housed in a 30, sorry, not 30, 90 centimetre enclosure, so that's 3 foot. Bo, Bluey, who is his brother, and Billy are housed in 4 foot enclosures. So he's Bluey. He's the brother to Bo, doing well. He's more active of the afternoon compared to his brother Bluey. Sorry, not Bluey, Bo. Should have named them different names. Instead of all being bees, but oh well. Doesn't matter. So there's Bluey. He's out and about cruising. There's his enclosure. And below him, in Monty's old enclosure, we've got Mrs. Gapey, aka Billy. Now Billy here is the youngest of the blue tongues, however, she's gotten out twice. She got out from a tub when she was a baby, and not too long after we put her in that enclosure there, she figured out how to slide the door and get out. So she's the only blue tongue we had to put a lock on. So she's a mysterious little thing, however she's still going quite well, still a chunky blue tongue, and kind of rivals Bluey and Bo in size. Quick pan off an enclosure, and then we jump over to the snake room. Jumping into the snake room, guys, nothing's changed in here from last month, so we'll quickly go through the enclosures. So mostly we've got 2 foot enclosures there, got a 120 centimetre enclosure in there, so 4 foot. These ones are 60 centimetres. The 4 enclosures along the top are 90 centimetre enclosures, and the 4 big ones down along the bottom are 6 foot enclosures. Most of them got LED light strips or bulbs to display the enclosure, except for the bottom 2, the LED light strips. I'll get to that later. Up here we've got Snickers, who is one of the many children pilots we've got in the family. I'm hoping Valentino or Chewbacca are males, because I think they will pair with her quite nicely. So yeah, other than that, she's doing well, smashing food, enjoying life in her new enclosure. As you can see, that's it there. And her favourite spot is either there or her new big hide that I've given her. Next door to her, we've got Diablo, who is my brown tree snake. So that's his enclosure there. He's curled up in his hide at the moment. There he is, doing well. Ever since we put him in this room, or pretty much on the shelf here, he's been eating on his own and he's smashing food, which is good to see. For a good couple of years, I had to be assist feeding him, but now that's kind of changed now. I'm happy he's eating on his own. Those 2 are empty, so we'll skip those. Below them, we've got Charles, who is my albino carpet python, doing well. However, he's a bit funny when it comes to food. You might have 2 or 3 feeds in a row, then we'll skip another 2 or 3, then we eat again. So it's odd, however, he's still quite healthy and still a bit cranky, so that's Darwin's for you, I suppose. But overall, doing well. And that's his enclosure there. It's actually looking quite good, honestly. He did get a bit of trouble this month. He actually got behind his backing, So I had to pull him out, fix that, and I had to give him a stern word. So we go from one carpet python to another. So up here we've got Molly, who just shed her skin the other day. So she's looking absolutely beautiful. Still being fed on small food items, but overall she's smashing that and just living life as it is. So here's her enclosure, looking, you know, still normal. Then over here we've got the troublemaking enclosure. So in this 3-foot enclosure, so we're just moving the chair with the clothes out of the way, we've got the jerks out of the bunch. So the babies in the other room are the offspring to these two crazy snakes. So there's Erin. She's the proud mum. She's doing well, gaining weight after being fed. And we've got Psycho. Or I shouldn't rename him Psycho, but this is Caesar. He's the dad and he's the absolute crankiest snake I've got in the family. So I'm closing this back up so I don't get my face bitten, which is not going to be fun. But he's doing well as well, and he's still a beautiful snake. Technically, Erin is a children python, while Caesar is a spotted python. However, I just think they're both a good pair, and they made great babies, to be honest. Why not? Below them, we've got Chris, who is my black-headed python. He's actually enjoying the 6-foot enclosure that I built for him, which I'm very happy about. Wasn't too sure he'd be in a hide sulking for the next 6 months, but no, that's not the case. Yeah, let's say go. Hey, buddy! There's Chris in all his glory. Loving life as it is. I'm happy he's happy. So, he's a friendly giant. Unless you give him food, he becomes a different beast. Certainly an animal you do not want to get bitten by when it's feeding time. I'm going to fix this lock after the video. Hopefully it can be fixed. Down here, we've got another naughty animal. So here we have Ray, who is my Rosenberg monitor. She's doing well, smashing food, growing. And I did feed her today, so she's looking quite plump. Her old backing, she tore apart. So effectively I had to try to salvage it, which I'm lucky I did. But I had to give her a new backing, so here it is. Now the only thing I didn't think of when I was building this was the lighting, but luckily that was easy fix. But unfortunately she gets a dark side. But saying that, no big deal, I can always add another light strip there another day. But overall, she's doing well, and her cage is actually looking a lot better than I thought it would when I was doing this backing. But yeah, that's Ray. We'll go to the other side of the room. We'll just move the chair again. And we'll go up here to the other children pythons. We have, well, children spotted pythons, same genus. So let's go. So here we have Graham. She's one of the spotted pythons we've got in the family. She's actually my second ever snake we have. Well, my first ever snake is actually Superstar, who's hiding away in there. She was out a bit earlier, but unfortunately she's decided to back in her hide. Next month will be 13 years I've had Superstar, and a couple of months later it'll be 13 years since we've had Graham in the family. Both are doing quite well, smashing food. Graham will probably go off food next month or the month after, depending how she feels. Next door to them, we've got Emma and Zula. Their clutch of eggs are not far away from hatching. Emma is in shed at the moment, so you can't see him there. Overall, he's still doing well, smashing food and being himself self. Azula here, she's doing awesome after laying those eggs. Her eggs, like I said, should hatch probably on the 9th of February. Hopefully. I don't know, but might be too much longer. Just got to fatten her up a bit. She's still on the skinnier side. However, a couple of nice big juicy rats and she'll be back to being normal. At the moment, she's looking for food, as tomorrow is food day. From one clutch to another, we've got Chappie and Orchid's clutch who should hatch as well roughly the same time. There's Chappie. Unfortunately, the big boy had RI this month, but luckily he got the antibiotics and he's now come good. But now he's in shed, so hopefully that's not a problem. While his beautiful girlfriend, Orchid, gaining weight, smashing food again, and she actually bit me. So, fun fact, you'll probably see that video coming out in a couple of weeks of me feeding the snakes and me getting bitten by her. But overall, Both are doing fine after the kind of unfortunate for Chappie, but we're coming good. We're coming good. But last but not least, we've got Atrum and Aurelia, who are my two beautiful diamond pythons. So the yellow one is Aurelia, and the black one, or the dark one I should say, is Atrum. Both are doing well, smashing food, growing long, but I'm trying to get them thicker. However, they're going lengthwise, not widthwise, so, oh well, it is what it is. Just gotta try and keep their food up and keep them nice and happy, and not to get bitten in the process, because these guys are very food motivated. I thought Chris and Orchid were bad. These guys take the cake, to be honest. Give you guys a quick pan of the enclosure. Honestly, I'm very happy how this enclosure turned out. Simple, but it's effective, even though you got two beautiful snakes in here. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.